All right, so we're out in Fort Lauderdale, Florida right now at the Biohack Lab, and we are going to be trying multiple anti-aging treatments and techniques. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I have no idea what I'm in for. I know there's a lot of crazy things we're about to do, so let's get right into it. All right, so as you can see, I'm pretty much doing all of these today. So the only anti-aging stuff that I currently do, I'd say, is just like getting good sleep, eating generally healthy, not smoking, not really drinking, but there's levels to this. This is a true biohack lab, and I'm gonna do every single thing, and hopefully I get to de-age myself like 5 to 10 years.
Hi!
Hey!
Welcome to the Biohack Lab.
All right, hold on. We actually already met. We just staged this to come in again, but this is Alondra and this is Maddie. They're gonna be with us today.
So the Biohack Lab is split into 2 sections for performance and then recovery, and I thought we were gonna start off pretty light, but boy was I wrong.
So we can do the cryo cold.
We're starting with this?
Yeah!
Oh geez, okay.
It gives you like a boost in energies.
We started off with cryotherapy, which is intense freezing temperatures put onto your body for 3 minutes.
So we're recooling the chamber, and once it's ready, I'm just gonna open the door and you're gonna step in, and then I'll put this down.
All right, so right now it's at minus 150, so we're about to go in, and I'm going in for 3 minutes, and then hopefully Maddie lets me out. Otherwise, okay, here we go. So the chamber's ready. All right, it's definitely cold, but it's not that bad. I do enjoy the cold though, so it's not too bad right now. We're at minus 160. You know what it feels like? It feels like you have to walk outside to put the garbage out in the middle of the night in the winter. It's like a very Northeast experience, but yeah, I kind of like it though. But I'm on beginner, so some people go into negative 220. This is negative 169 right now. All right, we're at negative 175 with 25 seconds to go. Feel very relaxed. 5, 4, 3, okay. All right, I mean, I'm definitely cold. I got goosebumps everywhere in my body.
Yeah, like touch him.
Yeah,
super cold.
give me a touch. How cold am I?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know it was possible to submerge yourself in stuff that cold. I mean, to the touch, I'm freezing right now. It's hard to tell, obviously, from camera. I didn't know if I was like getting red or what was happening, but it felt like kind of pleasurable just being in there, relaxing, and the cold just like sent a nice shock to the body where I definitely feel like more energized, awake, kind of ready to go now.
So I did not expect to be submerged in extremely freezing temperatures to start, but this was only the tip of the iceberg, no pun intended, because things got even crazier. And I say that because literally after being in negative 175 degree Fahrenheit cold, now is time to switch things up by going into this ozone sauna. Now the difference between an ozone sauna and a normal sauna is the ozone gas that's inside of it, which you actually can't breathe in, so you have to have your head sticking out while you go in, but it's basically a sauna on steroids. It's what all the biohackers and everybody goes into because it is super intense on your body, and you stay in there for 30 whole minutes.
All right, so I'm in here now. We have 50% ozone coming onto my body. I'm breathing in pure oxygen through my nose. Super comfortable underneath here. I am naked and I am getting just the sauna effects on my body, which so far feel great. And I'm in here for 30 minutes. 30 minutes in here, so it's time to relax. My head's just floating out. Feels a little bit weird. Can't do anything. I'm so restricted, but just gonna try to relax and maybe get some sleep. So I've been in the ozone sauna for now 22 minutes. I have 8 minutes left. It's 30 minutes total. Super hot down here. You'll see I'm sweating all over my forehead and stuff, and there's nothing I can do about it because I'm just trapped down here. Overall, definitely feels like a more intense sauna, and ozone versus oxygen apparently gets like oxidized by the skin more efficiently or something. So it's doing a lot of de-aging for me, and I think one session gives you back like a couple of days. So if you do this enough times, you can legitimately get back some years. I like that a lot. I like that my head was out of it too, because sometimes in a sauna or steam room, it's like becomes suffocating, but that was nice because it like isolated the part of my body that I kind of wanted to get the sauna on. And it did it in a way that was certainly intense for 30 minutes, but I feel really relaxed afterwards. Like I feel like I'm gonna go to sleep at 7 p.m. tonight and just get like 12 hours of sleep.
So next up we had red light therapy, which I was super excited about because I see all these people buying these red light masks and they use them for 10 minutes per day, and they claim that it de-ages your skin completely, gets rid of wrinkles, etc. And I was about to do it on my entire body. But before that, Maddie said I had to take this blue mineral stuff.
So
Do I just do like
full
one
dropper.
drop of it? Just
The
let me know
full
when to stop.
dropper.
The full dropper?
Yeah.
All of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do like 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, it tastes so bad.
Give it a bit. Give us a big smile.
Oh my gosh. Is it blue?
You're so
Really?
blue.
Yeah.
Dude, that tastes so bad. The cons of eating that will outweigh the pros of what's about to happen in there.
Lipstick.
Oh, it's on my lips too? All right, about to do the red light therapy. Here we go. Wow, that's bright. So you're supposed to stay in the red light therapy for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It feels just super warm and comfortable. And right now I'm getting all the benefits of the red light on me. So I'm de-aging. I'm probably saving like 10 years of my life right now. It's not even hot to the touch, which is interesting. And it looks to neutralize some of the blue color in my mouth, as you saw before, I think, hopefully. But yeah, it's kind of chill here. And you know, you could talk, you could use your phone, just hang out in here for 15 minutes and get all the benefits. But this so far is the most comfortable of everything else has been like zzz, zzz, like shocking or freezing myself. Yeah, everything has felt like a form of torture, but this one actually feels good. It feels like you're just outside in the sun when the UV is still pretty low. So I could do this every single day. This is really nice. Just wake up, just do this. All right, so we have 20 more seconds here with the red light therapy. Super enjoyable. I can't see red anymore, but gonna be sad to kind of close this out because I was actually really enjoying myself. It's like the perfect temperature on your body.
So I actually really love the red light therapy. I mean, I could see why people spend thousands of dollars on those red light masks that they do before bed for like 10 to 20 minutes to de-age themselves and get rid of wrinkles, because it actually did feel great on the body. So if you do enough sessions of red light therapy, apparently you're gonna be able to see noticeable differences in your skin, which isn't my primary concern at this point in my life. I'm in my late 20s, so it's not like the biggest issue I'm facing, but ultimately I really liked it. Although for about 20 minutes afterwards, I could not see red, but I didn't really miss it.
All right, so this right here is a CVAC machine. It is one of 20 in the entire world. So the Biohack Lab has one that I will be getting in right now. It stands for the Cyclic Variations in Adaptive Conditioning Machine, I suppose. And it's a 20-minute session. It's a balanced exercise routine that produces immune system support and stress relief while training the body to take in more oxygen. But it's like an entire workout for each individual cell, which makes no sense to me, but I guess it's going to work. So I'm just going to sit there for 20 minutes and every cell in my body will be working out essentially.
Yeah, it's a cellular workout.
And because of the pressure differences, I have some gum here, which I'm able to chew, and I can't be heard once this shuts, so I have a walkie-talkie right here to interact with the outside world.
So before I hopped in for 20 minutes, they wanted to do a 2-minute test trial to make sure that the pressure was good for my ears, and this is what it looked like.
Okay, so they can't hear me, but you guys can hear me. Right now, I'd say my ears are feeling a bit. The pressure's definitely doing something. If you look at the screen there, you could see kind of how things are trending.
But now it's time to go in for my full cellular workout for 20 minutes straight, and I was a little bit nervous because my ears were popping, probably an unusual amount, but I just figured it was part of the normalcy there. But to distract me from that, they ended up putting a brain tap machine on me, which was basically like a meditation device, but then inside of it, I think it was like red light directly in your eyes. And it just helped you basically relax and meditate and get through the 20 minutes without thinking of stuff.
So I don't think you guys can tell right now, but I'm listening to self-guided meditation. They're talking to me about self-care and how to be a more powerful and present person. I am getting pressurized right now and I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm in here for 20 minutes and then I'm gonna come out on the other side of this and apparently be a fully worked out person on the cellular level. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes, so I'm about to leave now the CVAC pod, and I feel pretty solid. So let's see what I'm like when I come back into the real world. All right. Wow, it's so different out here. I feel cool. I feel great after that. A lot of oxygen, I guess. I feel pressurized through that. The brain tap definitely helped with kind of distracting from of the changes in pressure that I was feeling during the test, but I didn't actually feel then. Maybe I was distracted, but overall felt really good in that. Really cool device.
This one was definitely the craziest visual, just to kind of be in there with this thing on my head while I was in this like cellular workout machine. It was definitely a very unique experience.
So we're here in the kitchen of the Biohack Labs. This is the world's healthiest kitchen. So anywhere you open up is going to be some sort of anti-aging, detoxifying food. So as you can see here, we have things like organic pretzel chips, organic plantain chips, we have some Himalayan pink salt popcorn, organic hazelnuts, everything's organic and healthy. No processed food whatsoever. It's actually illegal here because it just goes against everything. Even the banana nut bread, healthy. So everything's super thoughtful and every food that is put into bodies of biohackers is meant to optimize for your health, which is why you won't find a single piece of processed food in here. So the next treatment we're gonna be doing is this green laser, not to be confused with the red light. It's actually green light. It's like an emerald light that shoots out. So what this emerald laser does is it stimulates the fat cells to ultimately release its content. And then we're gonna use this lymphatic suit right here. I'm gonna put it on and it's going to just like compress against me and then some other technical stuff that I'm not super sure about. But for the emerald laser, I'll be targeting my abdomen. I'd love to lose some of the love handles. So hopefully this just like zaps it right off and gets some of these fats away from me. So let's do this. It feels like I'm just in a machine that's gonna come down on me. Oh yeah, it does.
Okay, so now we're adjusting it to target the areas like my obliques and my lower abs, ideally. So we're about a minute into the zapping. I don't feel anything, but apparently something's happening to me, and I am de-aging. I'm losing my fat cells, and I'm replacing it with new fresh cells, that of a child. And then I also stacked it with the Alpha Stim, which I put onto my earlobes, but to be honest with you, I didn't feel a single thing from this. So ultimately, I didn't feel anything from this emerald green laser that was shooting on my abdomen, but the next thing I did, because after this, I slipped into this full lymphatic drainage suit that basically looked like I was in a Michelin Man costume. And the best way to describe this compression therapy was kind of like a blood pressure thing you put on your arm where you compress it, and when it gets super, super tight, it decompresses, and it feels pretty good to just like hug your entire body. It's like I was being swaddled like a baby. Oh yeah, I'm like just tucked in really tight. It's really comfy. Yeah, I feel secure and safe in this. It almost feels like it's about to squish you, but yeah, you know like it's just air. Pop. Yeah, I feel like I'm about to pop. But the lymphatic suit was probably one of my favorite ones yet. It was just super comfy. I could probably do that for an entire 8 hours. Like I love to sleep in that thing. It's just so nice getting compressed. I think it's like something about a human hugging another human that feels really good. And when you have an entire suit that does it, it just feels amazing. So I really love that. But the one thing I'll say is I had to use the bathroom like 5 times after this. So for whatever reason, I feel like it was like pushing stuff out of me. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what happened. Maybe it's literally the age leaving my body, whatever that means. So after this, we headed over to their hyperbaric oxygen chamber. And to be clear, this was a soft one, not a hard one, because I know there's been stories of people blowing up and being pressurized from the hard ones. But it's basically an oxygen-based therapy that allows you to breathe pure oxygen in a pressurized chamber to basically enhance your oxygen absorption. So you had to sit in here for 45 to 60 minutes. And inside of it, it literally looks like a first-class seat in an airplane. It's kind of the same size as well. And you just like have this tent around you that you zip up. You can bring your phone and stuff, and you just chill in there basically, and it just does the work on your body. So you just step into here, and just like a tent, I guess, you zip it up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my inside view right here. Just me in the chair. It's almost like I'm in a plane. There's a fan here. Now I'm zipped up. And then I'll be staying in here for about 45 minutes, and then I will come out of here hopefully feeling better with more oxygen in my blood. All right, so you'll hear it. It's now on. All right, so now I'm just gonna be in here for the next 45 minutes. I can just be on my phone and stuff, so I'm just gonna relax. And when I get out, I'll let you know how I feel.
A few moments later.
Woo, all right. 60 minutes in there. I'll have you feeling good. Oxygen everywhere in the blood flowing. Feel energized, feel good. Wow, entering a new world again. Cool. That was a really fun experience. Really interesting contraption here. Super comfortable chair as well. Probably could have stayed in there longer. Yeah, really like that. That was super fun. I've never had anything like that. So after this, I did something called the oligo, mineral, and nutrient scan. So it's this invasive device that scans through your hand at these 4 different points. Then basically it tells you all the metals and minerals inside of your body. So literally just within a few seconds, it's able to give you an entire download on everything inside of you, which I thought you needed blood work for, but apparently this works. Now, when I got back my results, I certainly had some surprises, like the fact that I was low in magnesium, but apparently 9 out of 10 people are. Another common deficiency that I ended up having was vitamin D deficiency, although I do take a vitamin D supplement, so that was kind of weird to hear. So as the weather gets nicer, I'll be sure to go outside more and soak up some sun. And then some other metal readings like aluminum and silicon were a little bit high just because of my daily habits and the way that I cook and interact with different products. But overall, she said I was super healthy, and this was one of the cleanest scans she's seen, which I was very happy about because I do take pride in my insides. Sounded a bit weird, but overall, it's a very cool anti-aging device because it's able to literally scan inside of you and tell you everything there is about your insides, which is obviously great to know. They also have a ton of IV drips that you're able to get, like NAD+, which is like nature's Ozempic that people get. It's like the fountain of youth that people have been using. You could have direct ozone into your blood, so it's like enhanced oxygen into your blood, and then peptides and all these other things that you basically put into your body to ultimately feel like a healthier, rejuvenated person. All right, so now we're doing PEMF, so what is that exactly?
Pulse electromagnetic field therapy. So you're just gonna lie down on it, and I'm gonna start you up, and you can tell me to increase the intensity.
So for the pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, I laid down on this mat that had this magnetic force to it, and it would basically jolt me in certain areas, and it would detect where I basically have some weaknesses in an attempt to ultimately charge me up. And at first I thought this wasn't going to work because on level 1 there wasn't much happening, but as they turned it up, the intensity certainly ended up going into my body. It's like someone's kicking me in the lower back. Is what I'd say it feels like.
It feels good, right? Like
it feels good, yeah. It feels good.
Okay, so we'll go to the final level now.
Yeah, just to feel it. Not just like a heavier child who's kicking. Very interesting. I don't even know how to describe what that just was, but it feels like, yeah, I kind of tried to convey it, but it's like there's somebody just kind of constantly knocking on your back, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels like it's kind of like releasing pressure in that area. I would rate that pretty highly. I think that's like an 8 out of 10. So the biocharger had this Tesla coil, and around it were these different types of gases that basically illuminated in different lights, and apparently they have these magnetic fields that come off of it. So we actually couldn't even bring the camera in the room because apparently apparently would burn up if it came close to it. But you really just sit for like 10 minutes, and apparently my libido was increasing just by sitting there. It uses things like light, voltage, frequencies, and harmonics to ultimately be an energy platform for your body. Now, not gonna lie, this wasn't my favorite. It didn't feel like anything was actually happening to me, similar to the emerald green laser. Maybe it's one of those things you have to do a bunch of times, but I'm not as sold, I think, on like the biocharging stuff as I am some of the stuff like sauna, cryo chamber, and all these other things.
So we're with Carol about to do the coolest workout ever, the Vasper machine. And so what is this going to do for me, to me? What can I expect here?
You're not gonna feel like you're climbing Kilimanjaro or running a marathon, which is kind of almost what you're gonna be doing in 20 minutes.
Wow.
So we're gonna be tricking your body because this is gonna become cold. What you're gonna gain from this is that you're not gonna break a sweat doing a very high
No sweating either?
No sweating.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm about to run a marathon and hike Kilimanjaro without breaking a sweat in 21 minutes. Everybody should be doing this. So I'm iced out. I think these are ice packs on me. Like they're gonna like have some cooling effects. I'm also sitting on something that has a cooling agent to it. And I think that's gonna help me not sweat throughout this. So then I'm able to do the super intense workout without actually feeling it.
So the workout on this Vasper bike was definitely interesting because you warm up for about 9 minutes where you're basically just staying in this zone where your heart rate doesn't go above about 120. And then from there, you have these 6 high intensity intervals where for 30 seconds, you try to get your heart rate up to about 150, 160. And the craziest thing is that you're not sweating because you have this cold compression all over you. So it feels like your body wants to sweat, but then it's counteracted from all the cold behind you and on you.
I think I'm crushing the record right now. I haven't gone outside of the yellow line yet, which she said nobody's ever done actually on their first attempt. So I know some other people may have come here, but apparently this is world record pacing here. My heart rate hit 150, which is crazy that I didn't break a sweat despite being so high. And we did 6 hits, 30-second intervals of like all out sprints, but very strange. I just no sweating at all. All right. So I just hiked Kilimanjaro and I ran a marathon, right? In 21 minutes.
And it was weird because I didn't feel tired whatsoever, despite the fact that, I mean, obviously I worked out for 21 straight minutes. So the whole workout, they said, was completely optimized, so it's one of the best ways to ultimately train, and it could be anybody from an elite level athlete to somebody who really struggles and they have no cardiovascular health.
So we just finished up the bike, and now I'm currently on a mat that's also cooling. It's very cold underneath here. And then what is this that I'm about to smell?
So this is just a blend of essential oils just to help put your body at a parasympathetic state so that you can have a nice relaxing 10 minutes on this mat, cooling mat.
I think the logic behind keeping you preserved on ice, kind of like when you're storing meat in a fridge, it can't go bad if you put it on ice. That's probably the same with the human body. It's not able to age naturally when you're preserved in like this frozen environment, which is I think why you put yourself in the cryo chamber, why you're doing all these cooling therapies. And then I think the heat to counteract it as a way to jumpstart the metabolism and just get yourself to a place where you're evolving as a more longevity being. All right, so I just finished decompressing on this cold mat. So I think I'm all about finished with the therapies there, and we are moving on to our next thing. This was pretty relaxing. Apparently I'm gonna have a great sleep tonight as a result of this. The Vasper machine was great. So let's move on. So now we're trying the H-Wave machine, which massages the lymphatic. I feel like everything I'm like questioning because I don't know exactly what it does. And right now it's like pulsating my ab area. I definitely feel that. What level are we on right now?
You're on level 7.
Okay, so we're not on level 1. All right.
You're on 9. How does that feel? Do you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like twitching.
Yeah.
And how long do you do this for?
Me, like 30 minutes.
30 minutes? I'm already feeling it after like 2 minutes.
So the H-Wave wasn't necessarily my favorite machine. It kind of got a little bit intense towards the ab area, and it felt a bit too much like the PEMF, and I'm not the biggest fan of like the pulsing on my entire body, but nonetheless a cool machine, and I'm sure there's some benefits that people have from it. Now, we didn't have the neurologist on site to do this brain scan for me, but this is the wavy brain scan that you basically put on your head, and it maps out certain like neurological pathways, and it tells you stuff about your brain, which I was really looking forward to, but unfortunately the neurologist wasn't there, so this is the best we had. I was able to try it on. But stuff like this and downloading and assessing your brain and kind of gamifying it is certainly an interesting thing, and it's a way that you can certainly prevent aging because you could target specific things that you notice are deteriorating and then find ways to basically improve it. After this, I met up with one of their specialists named Alex, and he was looking for areas of my body that have muscle spasms so he can detect certain areas to then treat. And he noticed I had a lot of tension in my shoulder and neck area, and so what he did is he hooked me up to this device, and then it basically shocked me, like it felt like I was getting electrocuted. And what I would do is work out that area to stimulate some blood flow to it. And this This was crazy. It felt like I was working out while getting electrocuted. I think that was literally what was happening. I mean, this was super intense. I mean, Alex was super knowledgeable. I don't know what he's trained in. I don't know if it's physical therapy or what it was, but ultimately it ended up having a lot of blood flow, certainly in that area. I mean, how could you not based on how much I was doing? But I did not expect to feel that level of a targeted stimulation directly on a muscle, and it certainly did that. So I guess it's good for older people in particular. As your muscles fatigue and as you can't build as much with hypertrophy, you're able to then target it and have a better workout and ultimately blood flow by stimulating the area. Yeah, everything's been a real pleasure to try out, and thank you so much again for being so accommodating.
Oh, you're welcome.
Everything was great. This is such a great
We're
experience.
happy to have you guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you again. So in conclusion, take a look at me now that it's been a few days. Do I look younger? Possibly, maybe so. If I kept it up, I'm sure I'd have some anti-aging benefits, but it was really cool to head over to the Biohack Lab. They were really sweet. I can't underscore how accommodating they were. They were really awesome. So again, shout out to them. Shout out to Maddie. You guys were awesome. I'll probably be back for certain things. I really like the sauna, the cryotherapy, all that good stuff. Let me know if you've ever tried any of these things. It was certainly interesting to do. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more content, make sure to click here, click here. Otherwise, subscribe on your way out, and I will see you next time. Peace.